Your passion will make you suffer, I promise. And in this video I want to talk about why that is the case and how to come to terms with that fact of life, that your passion is gonna make you suffer. Hey, I'm Virgo and this is Psychedelic Actualization. I love to help psychedelic enthusiasts live a life of purpose, and I do that through our Psychedelic Actualization Path to Purpose community. If you're interested, come and join us and let's empower each other to live a life of purpose together, to follow our passion. You know, when I started on my path to actualize my life purpose and to follow my passion, I always thought, and I had the tendency in my mind to look for things to be easy. I was always looking for things to be easy. And it was costing me many years of failing over and over and over again, following and pursuing that path of chasing instant gratification and pleasure. Up until I came to a point where I realized that is not sustainable. That's not the way. And that my passion inevitably will make me suffer. Because the word passion is a very interesting one, and I recently just researched and came across the etymology, the root of the word passion, what it actually means, where is it coming from. And it literally means to endure or to suffer. That's the root of the word. It comes from the passion of Christ. You think it was easy for him to hang on that cross, to be crucified and to do his work that he was embodying and realizing here on this earth? I don't think so, right? So it's inevitable that on our path of following our passion, of realizing our purpose, that we're going to come to a point where it's going to make us suffer, that we're going to come to a point where it's not easy and we'll have to endure through that challenge to come out on the other end, to fulfill our work, to fulfill our purpose and to follow up on our passion. And I have come to realize on that on my own path. On my own path, I remember when I started, I was like, okay, the idea is just to make money doing what I love. That was my story. That was kind of like my entrance into following my passion. And so I was like, okay, how can I do this? I'm really passionate about psychedelics, for example. So how can I make money working in psychedelic space? It's not too hard, right? It's possible. So I was researching all the ways on what it takes to be a shaman, what it takes to be a psychedelic facilitator, what it takes to learn about that field of psychedelic preparation, psychedelic navigation, psychedelic integration. And at first it was easy. It was like there was a sense of momentum building after I was done with chasing instant gratification and fast results, like trying dropshipping and Amazon FBA and all these like kinds of make money fast schemes that were out there, which I was not really passionate about. I found this topic of psychedelics, and that's a great point, even a reflection on my own journey. I was not passionate enough about Amazon FBA or dropshipping or any of these kind of schemes to make money online, to endure the suffering that comes with following that path to the end. Because what I found is that no path is easy. So when it came to the psychedelics, I was like, there is a certain commitment, there is a certain determination, there is a deep passion. There's such a deep interest and passion and commitment to that path that I am willing to endure the suffering that will come on that path, no matter how great it is. And let me tell you, it was great, and it still is. Like the suffering that I am enduring and that I have been enduring on this path of actually monetizing and realizing my passion of working in this field of psychedelics has been immense. I could have never imagined how great that suffering was. It included spiritual crises, doubts if psychedelics are still the way, the struggle of psychedelic integration itself, studying psychology, philosophy, spirituality, literature, letting go and letting parts of my identity that are not serving me die off. There's an inherent suffering even in that alone. To become who I truly am meant to be. To be the person who is actually able to realize that purpose. It's a great path of enduring a lot of suffering. And it still is. Right? So that is kind of like the foundation that I want to communicate in this video. That no matter the passion that you choose, you're going to be encountering suffering, and you're going to be encountering times where it's challenging, where you have to endure through that. And it's good to take that bigger picture perspective and say like, okay, hey, all is good in the end, all is fine in the end. But what I want to really point towards here is that concept of commitment, determination, taking responsibility, being engaged. And also not to expect it to be easy. Because what I see in many of my coaching clients, people I work with, people that I meet on a day-to-day basis, and me in the past, and still now at times this thought is coming in, this wish is coming in, this expectation is coming in, that things have to be easy. This is the danger. Because when you always wish for things to be easy, when you always think that the path you're following, the passion you're following should be completely effortless and easy, and you're never gonna be enduring any challenges or suffering upon the way, then as soon as you hit that point where it gets a bit tough, and you face that first dragon on your hero's journey, you're gonna be backing off and say like, okay, that's not for me, that's too hard for me. And you go on to the next thing. It's called as dabbling. You're in that state of dabbling a little bit into this, dabbling a little bit into that, dabbling a little bit into that, but not even cultivating a sense of mastery in any of these fields of passion. But so it's good to remind yourself and keep that in mind as you follow and choose a path and commit yourself to a path. That you say, okay, if I really want to master that, if I really want to embark on this lifelong journey of mastery, the word passion itself is pointing to the fact that this path is going to make me suffer. I have to endure some stuff on that path. So choose your passion wisely. Is it worth it? For Christ, for example, it was completely worth it. There was no doubt in his mind that he is willing to make all of these sacrifices and endure all this pain and this suffering on the path of bringing the good news, of bringing the message of the Father onto earth and communicate that to other humans. He was willing to sacrifice his life for that. How willing are you to endure suffering on your path of pursuing your passion and of following your purpose? I found that it's not going to be easy, and I have come to terms with that. And that is what I want to end with, right? The circling back and how to really appreciate that. I have found that an appreciation of the fact of suffering on this path of pursuing my passion as a human being has been the greatest tool for me to come to terms with that fact. And that really goes deep inside. It's nothing that I can do in the outside to change that, right? But it's a deep understanding and a deep appreciation of the fact that this path is going to be making me suffer in one sense or another, right? There's a certain sense where we can free ourselves from suffering by detaching from sensations, but a deep appreciation of that fact and of the meaning of the word passion. This has been the only thing that has kind of helped me to come to terms with that. And this deep appreciation, it's not just from the mind, but it comes from the heart. It's an embodied appreciation of that fact with the whole of my being. And then, when I'm fully able to appreciate that fact, that the passion is going to make me suffer, I can engage even more. I can maybe even enjoy and really feel that endurance and that suffering on my path. So how willing are you to endure that suffering on your path of following your passion? It's not gonna be easy. And that's why I don't make promises regarding the psychedelic actualization path to purpose community, right? Where we come together and we engage in this work of empowering each other to follow our passion and to realize our vision and our purpose here on this earth. And we're walking this path together, but only each and every one of us can face and deal with that suffering that is coming on the path itself. That's why there's no promises that it's going to be the end of suffering for all lives, or it's going to be easy, right? You're going to be able to do it easily. That's not the case. But especially then I find that if it's going to be hard, if there's dark times, if there's doubt, if there's suffering, if there's pain, if you're in this period of endurance, then it's helpful to have a community. It's helpful to have other people on the path who truly understand what you're going through, who feel that in their heart, because they are experiencing or have been experiencing something similar. That's why it's so powerful to come together as a group of people, right? As a community of like-minded people and walk that path together, just to be there for each other and empower each other and share perspectives and express your feelings. That's why I founded the Psychedelic Actualization Path to Purpose community, and you're warmly invited. There's not going to be infinite spots available. It's going to be a very intimate group, and I want to keep it that way. But you're warmly invited to reach out, and if you want to have a call and talk to me about the details of how it's a right fit for you, then just feel free to reach out. So that's about it. Hope you take that with you on your path. Don't look for it to be easy. If you're going to be following your passion, there's going to be suffering that you will have to face. So thank you very much. Namaste.